Hello! Today we are going to be playing Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. I have seen many gameplays of this. I know it's a very difficult game for sure. And I'm going to see if I can beat it in one video. With no experience at all. Let's see how this goes. I know the controls are pretty basic. Controls are much harder than I imagined. I know you can launch yourself like that. I have some skill. Not much though. Alright. Just over this hill. I said if we could just get over this hill. Can I reach that? Just like 2 or 3. There we go.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it.
I mean, at least this game
If you won
has
an argument
motivational
with a
quotes.
friend and then later discovered that they just
They kinda
returned to
go
their
down
original
for a
view.
while, 'cause you hear
Starting
them for a
over
long
is
time.
harder than starting up.
I reach that.
If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
It's motivational. That's probably good. Alright.
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking.
Okay.
The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game.
No.
It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything.
No. Okay, so basically, this game is mostly about trying to climb a mountain while you are stuck in a pot with a hammer. I don't know how that story goes of why you're in a pot, but I don't know.
The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding,
No.
and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past a new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
Take like 20 minutes.
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, And in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
Get it. Easy.
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
No. Launch. Okay. No. Oh. Okay. Just gotta. No. Wait. Okay. Don't screw this up.
Over time, we've poured more and more refuse
no,
into
no,
this
no,
vast
no.
digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
What's up this way? Okay. All right.
In this context,
No.
it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Okay. All right. Thank you for the motivational quotes and everything, but I don't really need them right now. It's kind of make me lose. I'm just gonna shut up and try to get myself out of this predicament. All right. Do that. No. All right. No. No. Whew. That was a close one.
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
I'm just gonna pretend that never happened. And I will cut this part out. I will see you guys back at the top.
Oof, sorry about that.
Okay. Now, myself over. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Back to where we were. Good. Alright, before we fall again, let's try to get up to the next area. And then we'll call it there. No. No. Okay. Maybe if I land myself on the beach ball, I can launch myself over. And if we can get to up there, I'll call it. Okay. Okay. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm gonna call it there. It's not screwed up anymore. If you want to see this turn into a series, subscribe, like, and comment for more. Alright. Bye.